Welcome to MCK Media. Thanks for choosing us. Kindly subscribe now to our YouTube channel for more videos.
MCK Media, connecting you with digital life.
Take the skills you've gotten from here with you so that you will be able to report on COVID-19 with caution, not to cause panic. You know how to balance it. This is one. Number two, the code of conduct is also very important that we learned here. This is a guide for the profession. If you're a journalist and you do not know the code of conduct, then the kind of things we're seeing in Facebook, in social media, tells you that these are people who are not journalists. These are people who do not understand the code of conduct for journalists. So that is why they report the kind of things they are reporting on the social media without verification, without anything. But as for you, you know where your limit begins and where it ends. So please take these principles seriously, so that you become a professional journalist. Otherwise, I want to thank the Amalna organization for having given me this opportunity to work with you.
I know some of you attended some training. There are, professional journalistic trainings that I think you have attended. Others may be the same, but at least you must have learned something from this training that maybe you have never learned it before. That makes it more, unique than others. And more so the aspect of COVID-19, which I think it is that, like, this training is more specific on COVID-19. So like the reporting and the way it is channeled is purely a little bit unique to what you guys used to do.
My name is Taban Richard and I'm working for Amalna South Sudan. I'm the associate producer. Amalna is a national organization working in South Sudan. That's to say we are a communication for peace organization, and we are basically using radio as our main outlet to send out information and education to the community. Currently, we are carrying out a workshop specifically involving journalists from 5 states. That's to say Eastern Equatoria, Central Equatoria, Western Equatoria, Jonglei State, and Lake States. So these journalists that are brought here, we are just fine-tuning the journalists to carry out their usual duty as they have been doing in their radio stations. We basically give them, we are refreshing the usual ethics of journalism. That's to say sensitive journalism reporting. And we're also giving them some minor skills on how to collect information from the citizens and opinion decision makers to compile reports. That's to say to form a feature story. And Amalna is intending to do 10 feature stories, and in the feature stories it will be developed into magazine to make 10 packages of programs that will be broadcasted throughout the country.
These journalists, we brought them just to give them a short training. That training we are hoping is going to help them to add more in their skills when it comes to conducting anything to do with story magazines. So, and the target we are having in this training is going to be about COVID-19, because this is a very sensitive topic. So, and most of the radio stations here within Juba, we don't practice that kind of reporting. here, they're going to learn a lot.
Yeah, thanks. My name is Yuan Garang. I work for Radio Jungle 95.9 FM. The radio is located in Jungle. I came to give a purpose, orientation training, reporting on COVID-19 and how you can report, writing feature stories, how you can observe safety when you're reporting, and at some point observed some sort of protective measures.
My name is Santina Mubeng. I work for News Radio in Rumbek, Lagos State. I'm a reporter and a presenter at the same time on the station. I came to give up for the purpose of training. We were brought by Amalna. They brought us to orient us on how we can report issues related to COVID-19. We have learned a lot of things like reporting future stories. We have learned a lot from there, and also ethics that guide you as a journalist on how you can work in the area to help the community. These are all the things that we have learned through the training and many more.
Thank you so much. I'm called Mboligumba Moses Peter Mangwasa. I work for Radio Ansa in Yambio, Western Equatorial State. Well, we are brought here by Amalna to attend training based on reporting sensible information to our community about coronavirus. It came to their notice that some of the information that radio passed to the community are not accurate. Then they have to call for us to sensitize us on how we can give fact reporting to our community that can help them understand what is COVID-19. Well, the training has been going on well, and today is the day that we are ending it. We have acquired a lot during the training, how to report feature stories, how we can also sensitize the community in case they are not following the order that has been put there for COVID-19. So those are the things that we have learned and many more others.
Thank you so much. I'm called the creator man of Gaston. I'm from here, I work for Radio Spirit. We're here brought in by Amalna South Sudan to undertake a training or orientation training on how we can report on COVID-19 issues, especially developing them in future, in form of future stories, so that we can be able to supplement the efforts in curbing down the spread of the coronavirus in the country. And yes, in the community that I worked on is not very far from some of the people who believe like there is no COVID-19 in the country because of the issues that they have not seen any person, practically being down with the COVID-19, only seeing figures. So it made it very difficult sometimes when you make awareness of COVID-19, many don't believe. But with this training, I think using the picture stories, they can be able to hear live stories on sometimes victims that they really believe this disease is real.
My name is Moses Okweradinil. I work for Radio Emmanuel 89 FM, that is in Torito. And I'm here in Juba as a response to the call by Amalna South Sudan. They have given a call in order to give an orientation to the various journalists in order to acquaint them with the knowledge and skills of sensitive reporting upon COVID-19. And of course, we have learned a lot. When we talk about safety, in most cases, people do think of war and other things. They think of being safe from other war and other things. But in this case, we also understand that even in sickness, even diseases, we have to be safe from it. In most cases, even journalists, in most cases, when going to cover stories pertaining COVID-19, we find them asking about the use of masks, and yet they don't even have their own. They don't use it. They talk about doing this, and yet they don't do it. But from this training, we learn that although you are going to tell someone something to do, you also yourself, you have to get it. When we're talking about safety, it should start from yourself. The safety is only not going to be upon me, but it is also to safeguard my listeners, the community where I came from, in order to let them also get acquainted with the knowledge about COVID-19. Well, I'm being helped a lot on many occasions crisis. Because, you know, when we were in the class, we were told that safety matters. If you find the person you are interviewing or you are about to interview is not protected, and you are not protected, you are not wearing your things, you cannot go for covering. Number two, you know, we are taught many. We are taught the tips on how to report, how to find a feature story. We are given a lot of stuff.
Many of them are there because you know very well, you can even see from the crisis that are facing in the country. And working in a remote area, sometimes we find a lot of challenges. We may intend to go and help the people, or to go and give messages to the people who are far away from the station. Then the things to do there sometimes can be very hard. Transport, we may lack transport, and also people are very rigid. They don't understand what you are saying. Like if you go and tell them, please, you have to stop this. Let's behave like this. Let's keep precaution measures in order. And you are not giving them something they will not do. So everyone believes in what they receive from you. And that's why they sometimes tend out to say that task force which is formed in Juba is home to get money. And there is no COVID-19. This is how they concluded. And you know, to find people who concluded like that there is no COVID-19 and you try to convince them that there is this disease, it is quite challenging.
And after here, when I go back to my state, I will be in a position to, of course, implement what I've acquired here in Juba by also doing some feature stories, as well as also sensitizing the community during the program always on how they can protect themselves, and also digging deep on how I have understood COVID-19 for now.
From where I came from here, particularly the relations with the media and the government, they are actually in a very good relations. We always carry our activities freely, though with consultation sometimes from the security personnel, but most of the times we carry our activities without any obstacle or any disturbance.
Yeah, of course, in Jamaica there are a lot of misperceptions. One, they say that this COVID-19 is not there, not existing. There's a white man disease that can never kill a black person. Others said that, you know, it's just a makeup. The government made it up to get money. It's not there, but they're just claiming it to be given money by the international community. And of course, as a ready personnel, I'm going, you know, what we do is we give the fact of the disease or of that situation. I'm going to give them some good voices from the people concerned and tell them the fact that this is like this and it has killed a number of people. I'm going to tell them the truth. Some of the citizens who are COVID-19 victims, among them the few, they are willing also to come out and testify to the community in order to let the doubt that the community are having not to be increased. So this is making also work to be simple. And I would like to say, as we will be going back from here, that is also going to be something very good. You know, people believe to hear from the big boss. The people who are big. So from this training, we are not going back with that. We have a story to produce. That is a magazine story. A future story, I mean to say, and in this future story, we are going to tackle. We have talked to the leaders at the country level, and they have given us much knowledge about COVID-19. And this will also be our work in the community.
I'll just be aware in my community on this deadly disease. I'll be talking to them through radio, and I hope those who are also sensitized and they also have knowledge about this COVID-19, I will be inviting them. I sit with them and they also talk to the community, say that they get some messages on how they can prevent themselves.
With the current skills acquired, I think this issue of the picture story is one of the elements that is missing, especially the radio that I'm working in. All the skills I acquired here in this training, I think this is going to be another game changer. When I come on ground, I'll definitely begin implementing this. However, I know it will bring about change that comes about COVID.
One is very hard now to find a person that is sick, because you want to report a story in which there is a victim who tell people that this person is sick, but in Jonglei you will not get that person. Everyone resort to even refusing to be interviewed. Everyone even run to the community when they are found sick. They go to the community and they refuse being interviewed. Because once the person is interviewed and the name is known, the whole community will laugh at that person. Hey, the person is sick and he's from this community, so it's very hard to find them now.
Yeah, you know, I come from a community that believes by seeing and touching. When you bring the program, when you bring a program about COVID-19 in the studio, and you allow callers to call in, they will first be asking you some of the questions, as if you become a victim. They will tell you that maybe you are part of the government that formed this issue to earn their money. Why do you talk about something? Even they ask questions that are not important when you are trying to educate them. And even it's like you may be hurt by them because actually most of them do not understand what is this coronavirus is all about. Some think that this thing is just a plan to get money. When you talk about it, it becomes a problem. But for now, I know how to tackle it.